Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Show. Well, Trump did 4 rallies in one day in North Carolina. I mean, he's just relentless. And he's making fun of Kamala Harris, who took the day off. Can you imagine that? 2 weeks out, and she takes the day off. Folks, he did this with Hillary Clinton. He did it with Joe Biden. He's going to do it. He will work his butt off to the end, taking nothing for granted. And you see what's going to happen. He's going to go to Michigan this coming weekend, but him and J.D. Vance are just going out there. Meanwhile, you got Barack Obama doing a rally in Michigan with Eminem, no candidate. It's hysterical. And by the way, I'll take Kid Rock in Detroit, Michigan over Eminem. All right, Nathan Wade has admitted in transcripts that he did, in fact, have conversations with the White House about the prosecution of Trump in Georgia. It's unbelievable. Trump is going to go on Joe Rogan's show on Friday. That's going to be a big boom. It's going to be great. All the polls continue to trend in Trump's way. Bruce Springsteen disappoints me. You know, Bruce Springsteen, I don't understand Bruce's politics. He grew up in a Jersey Union household. So he's set in his ways despite his age. But he sung. His whole music was to white working class America. Who are they for? They're mega. So he's going to go to Georgia. He's going to do some other where he's going to be less favorable than up east. But Bruce Springsteen's campaigning for Kamala Harris, and it makes me want to puke. Bill Gates is donating $50,000 to a PAC to try to help Kamala Harris. $50 million, yeah. Too little, too late, Bill. Unbelievable. His true colors are shown. And Savadine has been killed. They just keep killing. He's an Iraqi terrorist. Mike Jeffries, the sicko from Abercrombie and Fitch, has been charged with sex trafficking and other things. Look at this creepy dude. New registrations way in favor of the Republicans. That's another great sign for him. Joe Biden, New Hampshire event, said we should lock up Donald Trump. And then he backtracked.
I mean, so I know this sounds bizarre. It sounds like if I said this 5 years ago, you'd lock me up. We got to lock him up. Politically lock him up. Lock him out. That's what we have to do.
Kamala Harris sat down with an NBC interview, and it was another disaster. Quicksand, as I like to call it. And Tulsi Gabbard announced yesterday she's changing her party to Republican. From independent, it formerly was Democrat. Do not be a withered, toad-spotted maggot. Coming up next, local news. All right, here we go with local news. Non-citizens in Ohio, 6 at least, have tried voting. Of course, they got busted. This is going to be all across the country. Tobacco farmers in Kentucky. It used to be every farm had a tobacco base. Now there's less than 1,000 farmers raising tobacco. In Southern Kenton County, I only see one farm that raises it. Clifton attack. This veteran, going back to his work from a Subway shop, was assaulted. It never ends. Violence in Cincinnati. Tim Waltz is coming to Louisville today. Why Louisville? You know what this is all about, folks? I'm being serious. This is all about doing weird things like Kamala going to Texas and whatnot. They now know they're going to lose. So they're doing other things to shore up certain things. Kentucky fluoride. There is a bill to maybe stop putting it in our water. All I know is our pipes and the little gadgets inside our dishwasher and washing machine and all that, ice machines, get clogged up. Kentucky's got one of the lowest per capita EMS folks. That's kind of scary. Inside information in Scott High School. I just did a Facebook Live about it. You can watch it. Bottom line is, and I got this from an inside source, the principal, his name is Anthony Picarino or Picarello or something like that. This guy apparently was partying and providing alcohol with young female, like juniors and seniors, high school students. Apparently his daughter was even at these things. Apparently it was at his own house. So his wife knew. Just some creepy, weird stuff. So that's the criminal prosecution that's going on with him. And as you always know, folks, I share the view of most. It's different when it's a man than a woman doing this stuff. It's the Bulldog. Coming up next, Jamie Spindley in World News.
Hello, everybody. This is my third take. I've already messed up. Let's see what's going on in the world news today. Air raid sirens blared in Tel Aviv as rockets were launched from Lebanon, prompting United States officials, including Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, to rush to shelter. In response, Israel's military launched strikes on the coastal city of Tyre in Lebanon, urging residents in multiple buildings to evacuate. A Russian drone strike killed 3 people, including a child, in Ukraine's Sumy region overnight. As this occurred, Russia hosted an expanded BRICS summit in Kazan, with leaders from India and China attending. Ukraine expressed frustration over reports of the United Nations chief participating, following his refusal to attend a peace summit in Switzerland early this year. In other news, a Russian cargo plane carrying essential supplies to the army controlled city of El Fasher was reported shot down in Darfur amidst the ongoing civil war between Sudan's army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. The Russian embassy is investigating the incident involving the aircraft, which had a Russian crew. And an E. coli outbreak traced to McDonald's. Quarter-pounder hamburgers have left 1 person dead and dozens ill across 10 western United States. The outbreak, which began in September, has infected at least 49 people, according to the U.S. Center for Disease Control. That's all I have for today. You're up to date on the world news. Have a fantastic day, and I'll be back tomorrow. Coming up next, Sports Without Boundaries with your truly, Eric Deters.
All right, here we go with Sports Without Boundaries. Celtics 132, Knicks 109 as the NBA kicked off. And the Lakers, I watched a little bit of this game. The Lakers look good. They beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. And LeBron James and his son got to play for 3 minutes. And Fernando Valenzuela from the LA Dodgers died he was 63. I thought he'd be a lot older than I am. But he was the pitcher that gave the Reds fits. Andy Dalton and his family was in a car accident. Apparently, everybody is going to be okay. We got NHL playing now. We got NBA playing. World Series coming up. The end of October is incredible sports. And there's always a soccer game being played somewhere in the world. Right, Spindley?
True.
All right. Coming up next, pop culture. All right, pop culture. According to some reports, Liam Payne had pink cocaine in his system. And a pink cocaine, I had research. I didn't know what that was. Apparently, it doesn't necessarily have cocaine in it. It can have psychedelics, hallucinogenics, could have fentanyl, all this other stuff. They put coloring it so it's pink. Oh, it's so cool. Why do people do freaking drugs? I swear to my God, how do people get involved? I mean, I know how it happens, but my God, unfreaking believable. You ever done pink cocaine, Jamie? Why would you ever? You know what? This is. I had a breakfast with a friend of mine. We were talking about this. I'm 61. I grew up scared to death of drugs. To this day, I'm scared to death of drugs. Enough people weren't scared of drugs, Jamie.
Never heard of pink cocaine.
Morgan Wallen's world tour, the highest grossing country music tour now of all time. Sad news, Zach Bryan broke up with Brianna. They did the day before. He announced it yesterday. She wasn't expecting the announcement. It hurt her feelings. Now it's a mess. And this is a great story. We ought to show the video. A husky, they found their husky with a drone. The husky's hanging out with a bunch of grizzly bears, running with them, hanging out with them, everything else. It's like, hey, man, can I hang out with you? It looks like the husky said, hey, can I hang out with you guys? Sure, come on, man, you can hang out with us.
That would be a good video.
Oh, my God. Well, there is a video of the drone. It's crazy. Now, there's a pizzeria that apparently you can call up and you can get a side of cocaine with your pizza.
Is it pink?
No, but apparently it was their best-selling pizza. Can you imagine that? Hey, little Coke, would you like some Coke? You mean Coca-Cola or Coke? I'll take some Coke with my pizza. Wonder how high-priced that was. It might have been their best-selling pizza, most profitable pizza, and the most expensive pizza. Don't you just love the ingenuity of business people?
Pepperoni and Coke, please.
Pepperoni and Coke. Sprinkle it on there. Sprinkle the Coke on the pizza. Hey, man, family of 4, you go home and eat. Kids are all wired up. You got sports teams buying a pizza and Coke before the big game, carbing up and coking up. This is a clip right there. It's a bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope today is your day.